Hello everyone, and welcome back to another part of my beat 'em up tutorial. Now, I know it's been a little while. I've been very busy these past few weeks, and one of those things I've been busy with is actually the launch of a pre-demo of my game. I have a first level for my game all finished, and I'm trying to get a lot of feedback on it. I'm trying to see if people actually like the game and want more levels of the game. So if you want to check it out, I've posted a link down below. Um, that's sort of the beat 'em up game I've been working on. I've also been busy with work and other sorts of things, but I wanted to teach you today just how to make a simple combo in your game because I know it's something I promised to do earlier and I wanted to make sure that it got to you. So, this is actually going to be a very simple and small tutorial because the concepts we're working with here are very simple and very small. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to make this three punch sort of thing. So I'm going to put on a graphic up here on the screen, a video from the game Nine Souls. As you can see here, basically what happens is when the player attacks for the third time, they do this sort of overhead attack. So like there will be one slash attack, and then overhead attack that actually does more damage than the normal attack. Now, because we're using our wonderful state system here, this is actually going to be very easy. And we're going to change it so that our uppercut triggers on the fourth attack. So this is going to be very simple, and I'll show you how to do it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up some variables for our combo. So basically the idea is that we attack 3 times, and then the fourth attack is a larger attack. And then if the player does something like attacks twice, then they don't instantly go to the combo next. Like a timer runs out if they don't hit the keys in order. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a struct to hold all the variables we're going to need for this. I'm just using a struct here just to keep everything very orderly, very organized. I just like the way it's organized here. So for one uppercut, for an uppercut to be performed, we have to know the uppercut level. So this is going to be how many times we've punched before. This is going to be how many times we need to punch in order for an uppercut to happen. So right now it's 3, but because we start counting from 0, that's going to mean that we need to punch 4 times in total. Then I'm going to set up a timer and a timer max. So basically this will keep track of how long time has passed in between the punches. So all this is very simple stuff. Then we're going to go to our step. Alright, and this is what we're going to do. So first, in the uppercut state, we're going to take care of just a few things. First, when we uppercut, we want to reset this whole system. So that means the level has to be 0, and the timer has to be 0. So this just resets the uppercut combo data for the next time we want to combo. So that's all we need in the uppercut state. Then we go to the idle state. So basically what we're going to do is, here is where we enter our punch state. And if you remember from last time, we had a different system where basically if we punched 3 times, we would go to the uppercut state. That system was fine, but we want to expand it a little bit so that it also has this timer thing going on. So as you can see, first what we're going to do is we're going to subtract the timer. So this here, this is going to be 1 if our timer is more than 0. So basically this is going to bring uppercut combo timer down to 0. And then if we're at 0, then we want to set the level to 0. So basically what this is saying is, okay, enough time has passed between punches. We can go ahead and set the number of punches we have completed for the combo back to 0. So that means the cycle starts over, basically. And basically what we want to see, like, okay, so if the number of uppercuts we have performed is more than or equal to the number of uppercuts we need to perform to combo, then we're going to go to the uppercut state. If it isn't, else we're going to go to the punch, because as you can see, this is if we attack. So we're going to go to the punch state, and we're going to increase the number of punches before the combo, and we're going to reset the timer. So that's how that works. So as I said, that's all very, very simple. Like, that's literally all we have to do. What we could do as well is we could add this code to the running state. So here in the running, so as you can see, we also have this same attack code. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to paste this in here, and we're going to want to also paste this in here, right here. And there we go. So now, even if it's in the idle and even if it's in the running, it should still behave the same. So we're going to go ahead and run the game. And we should be able to see here. So we can punch, 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 uppercut. Yeah, so I didn't perform it fast enough there. But if you punch, 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 uppercut. And if you punch, punch, then nothing will happen, because the uppercut timer was broken. So my timer is set up, it's 15, so that's like a quarter of a second. That's a little fast. I mean, it's not the worst, but, you know, you could go with something a little more subtle, a little more forgiving. But yeah, 2, 3, 4. So that's basically how you do a simple combo. You see combos like this in a lot of games. I think Castle Crashers have it. I know Nine Souls has it. I'm pretty sure like larger fighting games like Hades has it. The benefit of a system like this is that it stops the player from being able to spam and attack. Now, there are a couple other types of combos. The combo definition is kind of like obscure. So like, if you hit multiple buttons, results in a different attack. And we can see that with something like this in-air kick. Like, you only access this if you're in the other state. And that's why states are so good for this sort of thing. Because states allow you to like break stuff up so that you can go to the flying kick state from the in-air state. And only in the in-air state. So really, you can do a lot with these two systems. If you have, you can do combos like this. You can make it so that if the player punches like a certain number of times or like does another attack while in the punch state, they go to another punch state where you have another animation with another attack and that sort of thing. So I'm not trying to show you all of the different ways you can do combos. I'm just trying to show you this is how you can set up a system for that. Now there's another type of combo, and that's more for a fighting game. I'll put on a video here for you. And basically the idea is that in a fighting game, the different characters have different attacks, and they can chain into each other in certain ways. However, that is a little bit outside the scope of that video, and that's in a sort of different genre of game. That's something that has to be defined character by character. And really it would be the same concepts as what we're using here, but that would be a lot trickier to design and way outside the scope of this video. But thank you so much for watching. I think the next one is going to be something like the camera and wave spawning. So if this video answered your questions about combos, please do let me know. If it didn't, let me know and maybe I can address it in a future video. But thank you so much for watching and have a lovely evening, old sport. Goodbye.